Hello guys, I'm Professor Bruce from B1 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and I just wanted to take a few minutes to go over a few details on how your child can be successful through Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And most importantly is how can we be successful within the program. One thing that we always encourage our parents is to find a consistent schedule, have it be 2 or 3 days a week that that you for sure can commit to, so your child understands that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is going to become a permanent part of their weekly routine. Another thing that we like to that we encourage is to refrain from using electronics before the class. Cell phones and tablets can typically distract the child, tire them out mentally, that by the time the class starts they can feel a little bit worn out. Associated with that also is a good diet, especially before class. We want to obviously stay away from sweets, anything that can alter their mood. But outside of that, one thing that we like to stress is no outside coaching, either during the class or after. During the class, it's a safety concern because a lot of times the child can be focused on trying to see what the parent is trying to say to them, that it makes them nervous, and therefore it could cause injury. The other thing is leaving jiu-jitsu on the mat once the class is over with. A lot of times outside critiques can take away motivation from the child. Essentially at the end of the day, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is very challenging, for all levels and all ages. So therefore, if we have extra voices or extra coaching out on the from a different voice or person that's not the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coach himself, it can a lot of times upset the student and and make them not want to come back to training, not because they dislike the program, but they just don't like the feeling that they will encounter if their parents are critiquing them too much on their technique, or have it be their sparring or drilling sessions during the mat. Just those 5 tips I think can be something that can really help everybody, have it be the child, the parents, as well as our coaching staff. Everybody working together, we can run a more more stress-free environment to help your child be more successful in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.